selfless. Yeah, why did you initially come to me?
Initially, what made me think it was what, 4 years ago? I came to you 4 or 5 years ago, because of my skin, of my acne. So then I
Mm.
was what, 51, 52, and I'd had acne since as far back as I can remember, probably 13, 14, 15 years of age.
Mm.
Back then, I'd suffered a lot of bullying, a lot of low self-esteem, a lot of low self-worth. I hadn't joined the dots back then, but I mean, my skin, chest, back, face, really, really bad. And I just thought that's normal. Parents would tell me that's just teenage. But it continued into my late teens, into my 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. I had gone and got the topical, was it Roaccutane, Accutane from and that worked, that from the medical people. So went down the medical line. It did clear completely for about 12 months and it come back. And then I'd sort of heard about German new medicine, and through yourself, you had mentioned your name was mentioned by a couple of other well-known practitioners, and I thought, okay, let's give this a go. And it was so I came for at 50 years of age, for flip's sake, why have I got this still in my system? And there was the comparison. There was compared to other people at my age. You
Yeah.
don't really get acne at that age. So it was the frustration, it was the anger, it was the almost, I suppose, self-loathing, self-disgust at why me? Why me? What is it that I've got inside me? So I had known about yourself and I thought, right, let's give Sam a go here. I didn't know much about mental health at
Mm.
all. And I was at the mercy of a lot of different things. I thought, well, if I'm going to do this, do it right. So that's what I brought, because what I wanted to get from you was, I suppose, hope and understanding that there might be a reason why it's like this, because my brothers don't have it, my sister doesn't have it, my friends don't have it. Why is it one of these things? Because it's my self-consciousness, so
Mm.
self-conscious at myself. And then this was making it even more obvious to other people, feeling different, thinking differently. And then all of a sudden you've got this skin condition that put me out in the spotlight even more. And yeah, it was just a vicious cycle. So I wanted to come and hopefully break that cycle.
Great, thanks. And could you just answer that question also for why you've chosen to engage me more recently regarding, the 3 month program that you've booked with me?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I was intrigued about some of the things that you do offer now because um I suppose for me, I've always tried to be like a chameleon and try to join in with everybody else and just adapt all the time. And what I got from the start of this cycle of 3 months was the fact that you'd given me the human design explanation as to how I might be and how I would think and feel and what my journey could be. And it ticked a lot of the boxes as to um, once again, fitting in, people pleasing, which was my approach before. That was just going against my inner nature, my
Mm.
true self. So it was good to see that, especially from day one, that okay, Nigel, here's how your body reacts. Here's what your thinking would be. Here's how your future could be, or your present, and so on. So it sort of brought it all together, and that gave me more hope to think, okay, just be yourself, because that was what I always struggled with. And then some of the physical conditions, maybe explaining to me, I'd said to you that, Sam, this is great. Since being with you a few years ago, my acne's 95, 98% healed. I do get the odd um, spot again, and your methods, in a loving, kindful way, were challenging to me because it just challenges that story of who I think I am. And when I combine that with the human design side of things, all right, okay. So, if I keep rejecting myself, if I keep cutting myself off, my body comes up and says, hey, you know, here's why we're going to adapt again. Let's adapt some more. So this time round, I have the complete faith in what you do and the complete faith in that my body's not broken. It knows exactly what it's doing. And the only reason it's adapting and changing is because I've still got something else to clear. So this cycle has, yeah, sort of brought it all together. There's nothing wrong with me. I'm not broken. It just maybe need to, well, pay a lot more attention to the type of person I am and just accept that. So yeah, so I've got quite a lot out of it this time around.
Great. Yeah, so on that note, what have you found most valuable about our interactions?
Um, for me, your approach is, I know that you're taking it very seriously what you do, but for me it's the making light in some respects of um really there's nothing serious going on apart from the fact that I'm making it a real serious problem. I'm the one that's doing it to me. So you've in a kind way challenged my story of who I think I am and who I thought I was, and made me realize that, you know, the interactions are just, how would you put it? I find that I've come away from the sessions with your voice still in my head and me thinking to myself, that's true, that is completely true what you've said. And you've done it in a very respectful way, but yet not just being a mate type thing. And oh yeah, that this commiserate. It was just one of the ones was the spots, about me feeling I was going to be ridiculed and judged. And then, yeah, people are ridiculing you and judging you now, so maybe you can get a pen out and you can join the dots. And it just made me think, yeah, I'm making a big, big deal out of this. A big deal out of it. So the interactions was there, the challenges were there, but yet there's always that realization at the end of the sessions that that my body's adapting to something. It's letting me know that something needs to be addressed. So that's the thing. And then when I started to look inside myself, then, and you've helped me do that, to realize how ridiculous it is that some of my thinking's been just crazy. It's not about what other people think, it's about what I think. So I've enjoyed them, but when I say repeat back to what you've said to me, it just sounds ridiculous. The fear of judgment, the fear of ridicule, the fear of whatever. Of course, people are going to judge. Of course, people are going to ridicule. Of course, people are going to be whatever. But it's helped break that cycle. I just wish I'd known back then what I know now. So
Better late than never, eh?
yeah, never. Yeah,
Great,
yeah.
thanks for that. So, yeah, what has made you happiest about our interactions and the transformations that you've experienced?
Over the last 4 years in particular, my skin. My skin is a reflection of how I felt inside. The understanding recently about my thinking is a bit still off, but compared to what it was 4 years ago, realizing that my body is adapting, it's life changing. I'm not just, it's life changing because my fear was growing up that I would be physically hurt and that I would be attacked if I stood up for myself and was me. So that was my adaptation from childhood, experiences at home, school, all the rest. Not safe to be put yourself out into the world, Nigel. Played all these things in my head, all these stories, all these movies. My body reacts, better thicken up, better thicken the skin, acne. And then over the last 4 years, that's gone from 100% acne back and chest to 98, 99% completely clear and staying clear. It's just life changing. I can't underestimate that. It's just turned things around. The fact that, and if I think that I can change something that I've had for 40 years, that's a long time to have a skin condition. I know there's a lot of people have worse things, but anyway, it's about me today. So that's the biggest change. It's just given me that self-confidence. And this time round, you've pointed out my words, the ridiculousness of thinking I'm going to get a spot, big deal. I look at that now as, okay, that's something still inside me that's either needs resolved or it's just going through its cycle. And it's that's big. So instead of cursing my body when I think there's another spot, okay, That's going to be there for a month. That's going to be there for a day. I don't know, but it's just given me that this has changed. But when I look at myself in the mirror and I see the difference in my skin, sometimes it's still unbelievable, but I don't dwell on that. I think, no, this is it. So that's life changing for me because acne for me was the sort of thing you would have when you were 16, not
Mhm.
56. So, but now there's a reason for it. So yeah, it's just turned my life around. It's given me so much confidence. And it also means that someday I'll share what I've experienced with other people and hopefully maybe help them as well. So yeah, life changing.
Beautiful, thanks. And so now, like going forwards from here, what are you most excited about these transformations?
I think learning I don't know an awful lot about the human design, but have that in the back of my mind now to think that, just again, another reason for me to accept myself, not to fit in, not to just people please, not to just be yourself, be myself. I'm more confident that the person I'm becoming is going to be okay because there's that unknown. Who am I going to be if I drop these lies, these stories, these half truths. But I'm more confident about that. Definitely more confident about my health. Know that if there's a challenge, I can call on you or do a bit of research, tap whatever it is to work on that. So I'm really excited to think that um, my future's brighter, healthier. My skin reflects that, and yeah, I've just got so much more hope that I can use the tools, use you, whatever it is, to help make that better because it really is about waking up in the morning thinking today's going to be a good day and I feel healthy. So that's a big, big thing for me. And yeah, excited about just seeing what the next chapter is going to be. So yeah, thanks for all you've done. It's amazing. It just has you've taken me on a journey which has brought me from utter despair, hopelessness, helplessness, and now life's got really good. Even at my age, 56 now, I'm thinking, yeah, I can, the next 30 years, who knows what it's going to be like, but it's up to me, which is good. Responsibility is back on me. So yeah, I'm very excited.
That's great. Love it. Well, thanks so much for all of that. And yeah, and that may be complete, but is there just anything else that you would like to add?
Um, no, just the fact that maybe for anybody watching this, it might be unbelievable some of the things that have been able, and I wouldn't have thought that this was possible to feel this good about my body, my skin, to have that understanding. I always thought this is for other people. Yeah, these are the stories you read in the Reader's Digest or on TV or something. That's just those one in a million job, but this is real. If you'd have said to me 5 years ago, Nigel, there's a good chance that if we uncover what has you've experienced in the past as reasons as to why you've been experiencing this in the present, if we look at that, there's a good chance that you're going to be 100% clear of acne. I thought, yeah, right. But that's true. That is true. That has been the end result. So it's just I've used it so many times this morning, but it's life changing. It just gives me hope that no matter what way my body might react in some other way, okay, go ask Sam, go do whatever you do on it. Go take a look at why my body's adapting. So that's maybe I don't know how many people feel like that. But if more people knew that their body's just adapting to something rather than it being a permanent problem, that would just change a lot of people's lives the way it has changed mine. So yeah, that's all really I could add.
Wonderful. Well, thanks so much. Really appreciate it. And yeah, I'll see you again soon. Cheers,
Thanks, Sam.
Nigel.
Cheers.
Bye.